Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing a series of V's that we do for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink the stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that I have to emphasize the hopefully on this one, folks, because I'm not going to lie. This one could be terrible. But we'll find out together. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, where I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, this is a pretty nifty one. Boom! It's my Pulse Man shirt. I love this shirt, man. This is like one of my first kind of run of, not first, but definitely one of my first kind of run of nerdy shirts. And it suits me perfectly because if you're unfamiliar with Pulse Man, that's perfectly okay. It's a fairly obscure Sega Genesis / Sega Mega Drive game from the 90s. And it was actually created by none other than Game Freaks, who, of course, is the studio that would go on to make Pokemon. And Pulse Man was kind of like their version of Mega Man. Basically, it was sort of like that kind of thing. Took some weird spins with it and everything. Over here in America, like, I would have loved it if this game had been just readily available here in America, being a huge Mega Man fan. But in America, it was only available on the Sega Channel, which was really a pretty ahead of its time thing for Sega. It was basically a streaming platform where you could go over there and get a certain amount of games. This one happened to be an exclusive to that, which meant that it was never released in a physical copy here, but I would eventually find out about it years later, and I fucking fell in love. So I really enjoy this game. It's very cool, has its issues. I wish they would have done more with it, because I really think there's a lot there. But anyway, what am I trying to be today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I like about this one? Well, it's from Sonic, and it is their... Boom! This is their peanut butter bacon shake. That's bacon. Can we get a thing? Maybe. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. That's bacon. So yes, this is part of their peanut butter bacon line of food that they came up with. I guess it's supposed to be based on like something that Elvis used to eat. Why the fuck we care at this point in 2024, I don't know. But milkshake. So let's give it a go. That is a thick-ass shake. One point of contention I have, right off the bat. Like, Sonic is, like, known for their drinks. That's, like, one of their big things, right? Why don't they have proper shake straws? Like, the nice, big, extra wide ones that you can go over there. I'm just saying, that's, like, definitely a little bit of a point of contention, Because I am really struggling with this thing. Here's what we're going to do. Even though I don't usually like to do this with a shake, but... So... So the base of it seems to be essentially just a peanut butter shake. Which is fine. Peanut butter shakes are good. I haven't had one in a while. What I'm going to do... We're going to go for the full experience. We're going to get whipped cream, bacon bites, and the shake itself. Because that, I think, is potentially the only problem with this, maybe, is that there's probably not going to be much bacon throughout it. I think it's more just on the top. But let's give it a go. Problem I have with it right now, the shake and like the whipped cream, they dissolve away way before you really get to like the bacon. Yeah, I mean, because it's like I don't mind the idea And like, I'm pretty sure I've had like a peanut butter bacon burger, which, by the way, there is that review coming up after this one. Um, but yeah, like, I mean, I like the idea in theory, like a mix of sweet and salty. I could be down with that, but like, yeah, it's just that milkshake, 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 milkshake. Then finally you get to the bacon bits, and you get a little bit of that bacon kind of saltiness. Also, the bacon bits are definitely not great on these. I don't know if they're like the full on like kind of imitation ones. I wouldn't be entirely surprised, but like, I mean, Sonic has bacon, so like, to be fair, maybe it's just they're chopped up bacon. Yeah. I mean, the reality is like, as much as this is like a kitschy little thing, and like, oh, it's a bacon peanut butter shake. Fundamentally, 90% of it is just a peanut butter shake. 99.9, really, because the bacon makes up such an insignificant part. Um, and then the bacon, for this to have had any chance of working, they were gonna have to use good bacon, and they didn't. The bacon itself is pretty, like, even when you do finally get to it, there's not a lot to it. Just, I wouldn't even really say there's like a proper bacon taste. There's just kind of a general kind of meaty saltiness. And mostly it's just the saltiness. Um, yeah. I think it is one of those things where it's like, it's a fun idea on paper, but when you actually break it down, it's just not really all that good of a combination. Not because I don't think the bacon and peanut butter can work, but how are you going to get the bacon properly throughout the milkshake? And then on top of that, if you're going to do that, again, you have to make sure that you're using good bacon, because otherwise it's really going to be insignificant against all the other flavors. And that's definitely the case here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No. No. Um, Again, fun idea. Execution, I don't think is particularly great. The fundamentally what you're paying for, again, is just mostly just a peanut butter shake. Now the peanut butter shake is actually good. I like the shake. It's nice and thick. Um, it's properly tasty like a peanut butter shake would be. But that's the problem. Is like that if I'm just doing that, why am I not just getting a peanut butter shake? Because the bacon aspect, well, it looks kind of fun and it's insignificant. It really doesn't add much at all to the overall equation. So, yeah, for me personally, I wouldn't waste my time. I might get a peanut butter shake again because I like the peanut butter shake that much. But I would definitely not get this again because it's just, you know, you're paying probably a little bit extra for something that's just kind of pointless, really. And by that same token, I can't really recommend that people buy into it because it's just not that interesting or good of a shake. It's just very, you know, it's if you just want a peanut butter shake, hey, go get yourself a peanut butter shake. I'm all for it. If you want to get yourself a peanut butter bacon shake, you're probably going to have to make that one at home because this one just isn't that good. Sorry. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper bacon-filled tastic rest of your life. Unless, you're vegetarian or whatever, then, I don't know, asparagus or some shit. I like asparagus. Makes your pee smell funny, but, as you do. Why are people trying to smell my pee anyway? Just saying. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. Try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Especially when you're over there and you're like, woo! Peanut butter bacon milkshake. And then it's just not that good. That'll fucking kind of put a damper on your day. But even when we find things in our lives that might go over there and put dampers on our days, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. Somebody who has some level of culinary understanding, it doesn't have to be professional, you can just be a good home cook. Make a proper one of these. I'm kind of challenging the universe on this because I feel like this is genuinely a wasted opportunity. I feel like there is a way to make this really good and special, and I just feel like fast food, no offense to Sonic in particular, I don't think that they were realistically the platform to build this upon. Because this honestly seems like something that I could get at like a kitschy, gourmet burger spot as like a shake of the month or some shit. And it would probably be really good. But in this setting, in this instance, done this way, it stood no chance. Or conversely, don't if you don't want to. That's perfectly fine. I'm not your dad. So do what you want. Bye!